Bob, obviously, been here for a long time, but, as head coach, have so much early success and then have to, kind of go through what every good program has to go through at times, and to get back, to the top step of that ladder and be cutting down the nets again. Just, what's the journey been like since 2018 for you?
Yeah, I think that there's a level of appreciation more than the first time around, because the first time, those first 3 years, it came at you so quick, and then you have some struggles. So just like if anybody in life, you had something and it got taken away, the second time around, you're just grateful and thankful, and I had a chance to enjoy it much more this time around than I would have any of the other two championship years. But I'm just, the thankfulness of the team, like of the guys that we're coaching right now, and sharing the moments with such a good group. That's what coaching really is. Like, I got a little bit emotional after the final game, and the emotion comes from seeing people that have working so hard get to have their success. So coaching wouldn't be so much about the winning and losing. Although that's what you'll get judged on ultimately, obviously. But to see a Junior Garber get all tournament team, and to see Bo cap his RMAC career with the championship, and to see a Quell get what he deserved when the crowd's chanting MVP and stuff like that. That it would be what is the satisfying part of coaching. Being part of their journey, helping them get to be the best versions of themselves, and seeing that do. Personally, for me, we had a couple seasons there where it didn't go great, but never lost confidence in what we were doing or the ability of our program. Just knew that we needed some good fortune, and this year, like all championship teams, we've had some good fortune bounce our way. So it's a lot more fun having success than not, but also fully understanding that in NCAA basketball that it's absolutely not owned, and you got to keep working for it. And a lot of times people don't see how much work goes in behind the scenes with not only the head coach, but all the assistants and everything they're doing to make it possible. And we got two assistants right now, and our associate head coach Ty Danielson, and then our program assistant Jackson Stapleton are working feverishly to make this the best they can. So with all that, it's been a great ride, and this time around, I've been able to sit back a little bit and truly enjoy it.
Like, today's world of college basketball's changed so much, and it's not even just like what AAU's kind of done to the game, but now it's like with the transfer portal and everything else, everybody's so easy for guys to think about themselves first over team. What has made this team different, and what has bonded them together where they do care as much for each other as they do themselves?
Yeah, this has been a really special group, and the last once the portal started happening, it did affect college basketball probably negatively. But in our case, we've been able to keep our players, and then we've been able to add players that would be good fits. But the core of our team are guys that have been here and have experienced a lot of success, but they also experienced some failure, and I think that's important. Not only in basketball, but whatever you're doing, that you understand both sides of the coin, because it makes you work a little harder. It makes you focus a little bit more, because the other side of it isn't as fun. So the character of the guys, the people we've brought in, as far as team guys, we were looking for people say we want to do things the right way, and that gets over talked about too much, but we really wanted to find the right pieces that would balance our team out. Like, I'll give you an example. Like, Q Mays brings a ton of passion, and he's so energetic and fiery. Where a Quell has a lot of Walter Payton in him, where he's very reserved and quiet. So like everything's a balancing act. It would be no different if you were, I call it making a spaghetti sauce, where not all the sauces taste the same. A lot of people think they can make spaghetti sauce, but not all the sauces taste the same, and you got to find the right ingredients to make it just perfect. But with this group, no matter how it ends here, and I think we have a long way to go, but this has been a really sweet tasting sauce.
It seems like Ty has also brought like just a personality, with him too, and just can connect to the players on such a great level. Why has he been just the right guy at the right time to inject what he brings into this program?
Yeah, Ty's made a huge difference, and we wouldn't be where we're at without him. The team acknowledges it. When it was time to make an assistant coach hire, I really wanted to bring somebody in outside of the program to bring some different ideas and some different thoughts. And Ty was the perfect blend at the right time for us, and a really good personality blend for myself. And just like with recruiting, hiring would be the same way. Sometimes you swing and it goes in the upper deck, and that's exactly what took place. When we named him associate head coach after 1 year, and his career projections outstanding, and it takes everybody on the staff, and he's played a huge role.
I guess I don't know. It was kind of surreal for me that sometimes we talk about needing the fans for the big game here and whatnot, and see what you get and what you don't. And that game on Saturday wasn't an hour away. I mean, it was a 4-hour drive in the winter, and I felt like you guys had 2/3 of the fans in that building. While it wasn't capacity, it felt like a home crowd for you guys. And when there's that many people sticking around after the game and chanting MVP for Oquell, what would you just say to those people who made that trip and made it feel like that for you?
Yeah, well, we're just extremely thankful. We do have a good fan base in Durango that have been with us a long time, and this is a team. Not everybody will know the intricacies of the team, but this is an easy team to root for, just by watching being involved with the guys. But just we was extremely thankful. That's a championship moments. Those are special, and they're few and far between. Even for programs that have a history of winning, it's not all the time. And for the people to be there and to make that special, and to be able to cut down a net on a rival's floor against a different rival, a championship rival in mind. We've played 3 title games with them in 8 years, but it was just special. And sometimes the word special will get overused, but Saturday night, that was a masterpiece for our program.
I guess, just talking with Ty, and I'm sitting here thinking about it, and I see, a lot of people talking about the economic impact of hosting a tournament like this, what it means for downtown and hotels and restaurants and stuff like that. But for the 9 years I've been following you guys, and I turn around and I see the same faces inside Wayland every night, every Friday and Saturday. For those people to not get this opportunity to watch all of these games, all of this talent in one building at one time, does that resonate with you a little bit more? Does that more, like, obviously you want it for the players too, but is it tough to see those people come and shake your hand after every game, not get to have this?
Yeah, so the thing for me personally, of course, I'm always, it's always about the players. That's the way I was raised in coaching. So obviously you want the players to have every opportunity, and I think they earned it. But the other part of it is just being in Durango for so long. I'm a community member 23 years, and there's been a lot of people that have supported me quietly, and even a look or a thumbs up or a pat. It's easy to support people when they're winning. It's a lot harder to support them through struggle, and I've had a ton of people support the program and myself through struggle. So there was a sense of disappointment in that regard, that they, I wanted to, we wanted to bring that tournament to them so that they could see just how tough of a region we play in and get to see the quality basketball. But it's going to have to wait. So it wasn't meant to be this year. So although I want to make it very clear that I thought the players and the staff had earned that right.
What continues to endear you to this building, this program, this logo, this town?
Yeah. For me, at this point, the winning is incredibly important, and I work every day along with the coaching staff and with the mindset of trying to build the best team you possibly can, and winning and being successful and graduating champions and all the cliches you could throw out are 100% accurate. But for me, I've always been chasing happiness, and I've found it here, and I'm happy, and I'm grateful. And every day I wake up, I'm still excited to be the head basketball coach at Fort Lewis. I understand the proud tradition, understand how much it means to a lot of people, the alumni base, and the people in town. So I'm a humbled man and just very grateful for this, and look forward to many more years of successful Hawk hoops.
Quell being the quiet, hero and champion that he is, I guess same question I kind of asked him, but it's kind of hard to talk about yourself, I think, sometimes. But what do you think this town and fans across the RMAC and across the country should know about this kid?
Yeah, well, the first thing is that he is the hardest worker on the team. And he's the most humble young man you would ever want to coach. And when my coaching is all finished, I'll look back, and one of the great highlights of my life will just being able to say that I was spending time with Quell, and I watched him. He came in as a good player, and he's blossomed into an all-time Hawk. I mean, it's very, if anybody's watching the games or have had the history of watching, it's very clear to see that he's arguably the best player to ever play here. And we've had a lot of great players, and on any given night, they would be the best player, but he is sensational in every way, and he would be the easiest player, he'd just be the easiest player of all time to root for. If you knew his background, he's the son of Sudan refugees that have come to America, and his parents work hard every day, 6 days a week, just to provide enough for their family. And then here's a Quell, coming to Fort Lewis. He's going to get his degree, and he's completely changing the stars of his life. And it's through basketball, and it was his only avenue to do it. And he's exceeded the expectations, and we're thankful that we have him. Thankful for all he's done for us. Thankful for the teammate he is. Thankful for the community member that he is. Thankful for the citizen on campus that he is. And when this thing's all said and done, and there's another year to go with him, I just don't see how anybody couldn't say that he's as good as there's ever been.
It's got to be incredibly difficult to always feel like no matter what you guys do, somebody tries to stack one more chip against you guys, one more here. Does it get old having to wear that badge of having to put the chip on your shoulder every time, or is it just like, because 23 years, like how many of them have they continued to stack up? But does it get old having that have to be like kind of the identity of what you guys have to do against the odds, or is it just like at this point, like this is life?
I think it just becomes the norm, unfortunately. There was a year in 2016 where we should have hosted the regional as well and didn't. So, and we're a little bit, our program is underdog. It's the underdog in the RMAC when you're looking at the other schools. And it's certainly an underdog in the regional. And it's not a motivational tactic or a trick or anything like that. It's fact. And sometimes, when you're a coach and you need buy-in from players and you need players to stay, the best approach is to just be super honest. And that's what it is. So we'll just embrace it, and we just look forward to continuing to be able to play this week. That's something that's important to us. We still have a lot of life left, and we can control our own destiny. 64 teams, they all control their own destiny at this point. So we'll lace them up, and we'll be ready to play Saturday for sure.
No question. All right, anything you want to add?
Ducks.